So how can we use the numbers in our data set to make a frequency table? We're going to talk about that in this video. So let's begin by making a two-column table. So I'm going to write V for value and then F for frequency. Let's start with the lowest value in our data set. The lowest value is 3. Now, how often does the number 3 appear in that data set? Notice that we could see it 2 times. So the frequency of that value is 2. Now let's look for the next highest number. The next number in the list is 4. And there are 1, 2, 3 4s in our data set. So the number 4 has a frequency of 3. Now let's move on to the next highest number. The next highest number is a 5. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5s. I believe I counted all of them. Now, the next highest value is a 7. So we only have 1 7 in our data set. Next is an 8. And I could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 8s. So that's a very simple way to make a frequency table. Now, how can we use this table to calculate the mean, the median, the mode, and the range? Well, let's start with the range. The range is the difference between the highest number and the lowest number. And so we can see that the number with the highest value is 8. The number with the lowest value is 3. So in this example, the range is going to be 5 minus 3. Now what about the mode? How can we use the frequency table to calculate the mode? The mode is basically the number in the data set with the highest frequency. So in this case, there's 2 such numbers because the highest frequency is 5. So this is going to be a bimodal data set, meaning that it has 2 modes. The value of the first one is 5, and the value of the second mode is 8. Now, let's say if we introduce another number. Let's put another 5 here. So the range is not going to change. So now we have a total of 6 5s instead of 5 of them. So in this case, it's no longer a bimodal data set. It's a unimodal data set. So there's going to be one mode. Since now 5 has the highest frequency, the value 5 is the mode of the data set now. Now let's calculate the median. The median is basically the middle number in the data set if it's arranged in increasing order. So how can we use the frequency table to determine the median? So notice that we have the first 5 numbers on the left and the first 5 numbers on the right. If we follow this pattern, it is clear that the middle number is going to be a 5. So that's a quick and simple way to use the table. Now, if that confuses you, what you could do is you could write these numbers in ascending order. So we have 2 3s, we have 3 4s, we have 6 5s, 1 7, and 8 5s. So let's say we cross out the first 5 numbers on the left and the first 5 numbers on the right. Next, let's cross out the next 2 numbers on the left and the next 2 numbers on the right. And then let's repeat this pattern, and so we can see that the middle number is 5. So that's the median. Now what about the mean, the average? How can we calculate the mean in this example? The mean is basically the sum of all the numbers divided by the number of data items in our set. To get our n value, what we need to do is basically add up all the numbers in the frequency column. So let's go ahead and do that. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 6, that's 11, plus 1 is 12, plus 5 is 17. Now let's calculate the sum. We can multiply the value by the frequency, so 3 times 2 is 6. We had 2 3's, so we're basically summing those 2 3's. 4 times 3 is 12. So this gives us the sum of these three numbers. And then 5 times 6 is 30. So that's basically the sum of the 5, 6 that we see in green. 7 times 1 is 7. 8 times 5 is 40. So now let's add up all the numbers in that column. So we have 6 plus 12, that's 18, plus 30, that's 48, plus 7, 55, plus 40, so it's 95. So 95 is the total sum of all the numbers in this set. And there's 17 numbers, so 95 divided by 17, that's going to give us a mean of approximately, this is going to be our rounded answer, 5.59. And so that's how you can calculate the mean using a frequency table. For the sake of practice, let's work on another problem. So pause the video and then use the data that you see here to make a frequency table. Now once you have that table, use it to calculate the mean, median, mode, and range. So go ahead and try it. Let's begin. Let's start with a 2-column table. So V for value, F for frequency. So the lowest value that we have is a 2. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 2's. The next highest value is a 4. And there's 1, 2, 3 4's. Next up is a 5. And so we have 1, 2 5's. Now there's only 1 6. Next we have an 8. Let me use a different color. 1, 2, 3. There's a total of 4 8's. And the highest value is a 9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 9's. So this is our simplified frequency table. Next, let's calculate the range. So as we said before, the range is going to be the difference between the highest value and the lowest value. And we can easily see the highest value in our table. The highest value is 9, and the lowest value is 2. So 9 minus 2 is 7. So that's going to be the range for this example. Next, let's calculate the mode. As we mentioned before, the mode is the number with the highest frequency. And so 5 is the highest frequency. The value that corresponds to 5 is a 9. So the mode is 9. Now what is the median in this example? What is the middle number? What would you say? Well, we could eliminate 4 numbers on the left side and 4 numbers on the right side. And then we can also eliminate 5 numbers on the left and 5 on the right, which means the middle number is going to be a value of 6. 6 is the median in this case. Now, if you want to prove it, let's write out the numbers in ascending order. So we have 4 2's, 3 4's, 2 5's, 1 6, 4 8's, and 5 9's. So we can eliminate the 5 9's with 4 2's and 1 4. We can eliminate the next 4 numbers on the right side and the next 4 numbers on the left, leaving 6 as the middle number. So that's how you can confirm that 6 is indeed the median. Now let's calculate the mean. So let's make another column. So we're going to put the sum. 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times 1 is 6. 8 times 4 is 32. 9 times 5 is 45. Now let's add up the sum column. So 8 plus 12 plus 10 plus 6 plus 32 plus 45. That's a total of 113. And then 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 5 is 19. So the median, not the median, but the mean is the sum divided by the number of data items in the set. So the total sum is 113, and there's a total of 19 numbers. 113 divided by 19, that's going to give us an average of approximately 5.95. So that is the mean for this data set. So that's basically it for this video. So now you know how to create a frequency table, and you know how to calculate the mean, median, mode, and range using that frequency table. Thanks for watching.